Good evening, guys. Let's talk about some of the interesting games in this Champions League first round. Right? Some are going to be very, very sweet. Some are going to be poor. But to be honest, let's talk about just the big games, right? Because the small games, PSV Eindhoven and Union Saint Geloa. Not to disrespect other clubs, right? But there are class, right? There are classes in the Champions League. Without wasting much time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Let's go. My first game will be between Arsenal and Athletic Club, Atletico Bilbao. This game won't have that spice, that mojo, that end-to-end stuff that we would have wanted because Nico Williams is injured. He got injured, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago, which we don't know when he's going to return. Which Atletico Bilbao have been a bit sloppy these days. Like losing their last game versus Alaves, right? I think Arsenal, they met in the preseason as well, but preseasons can't be taken that much serious, right? So we have to just brush it up because this game won't give us the spice we need. I think this game will be a 2-0 win for Arsenal. And let's move on to the match between Dortmund and Juventus. Who watched the last game? Who watched Juventus last game? Juventus was on fire, bro. Because that Italian derby, that match was, I don't know how to describe that match. From golazos to a bit of chaos to the Turan brothers scoring for both teams. Their father sitting in the stand being like, wow, I'm proud of my boys. Right? Juventus are kicking it up, right? They are starting to do something for us to see that yes, they are slowly coming back. But I don't think they are at that level that we saw Juventus in, I think, 2006, 2015, right? Where they went to the Champions League finals to meet Barcelona, which they lost, by the way. But Juventus are gradually picking up. And Dortmund, Dortmund are always Dortmund. You can't predict them, right? They are good today, tomorrow they are whatever. It's like they are a bit shaky tomorrow. That's Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund. Ever since Jurgen Klopp, former Liverpool coach, left that team, they have not been that team, that top level team that we know them. Even though I think 2 years ago they got to the Champions League semi-finals, and I think they got to the finals though. But we all know Dortmund aren't that guys anymore. I think Dortmund can cause an upset in Italy, right? But I don't think they can take away a win in Italy, because Italian teams, even if they can win the game at their home grounds, they will at least manage a draw, right? We saw what happened last season between Barcelona and Inter Milan, right? And I think the last time Dortmund and Juventus met was way back in 2015, where Juventus had Paul Abili, Pogba, Alvaro Morata, Andri Pirlo still playing at that time. But today, there are levels. There are levels to some the players between that time and today, right? But I think Juventus are gonna earn a win there, right? I think Juventus will get at least a 2-1 win, right? They can manage to get a 2-1 win at their home ground. And let's move on quickly to the game between Real Madrid and Olympique de Marseille. I think Real Madrid are the favorites based on they are playing at their home grounds, right? At the Bernabeu, right? And there is this coach Xabi Alonso who loves to play attacking football, who defends as well, but always loves to attack, right? And on the other hand, there is Roberto De Zerbi. If you watch him at Brighton, you know the kind of coach he is. No matter the circumstance, no matter what happened, he's always attacking, right? And there is no team this season which has given Madrid that much threat. Right, there is no team who has been attacking Real Madrid that much in the La Liga this season. So far, the games that they've played. Right, but I think De Zerbi will do that. I think De Zerbi will try to go boots, but try. I think De Zerbi will try to go boots for boots with Xabi Alonso attacking. But we know Real Madrid, of course, they are the Champions League, the owners of the Champions League, right? The moment they hear that Champions League anthem, their minds, it's like they feel something is burning in them. As even I think the last time these people met, the last time these teams met was in, I think, way back 2009, where they met in the group stages of the Champions League, where Ronaldo got brace where Ronaldo got 2 braces in both legs, right? Let's move on quickly to the game between Tottenham and Villarreal, right? I think this game will be very interesting, right? Because Villarreal are an attacking side. Villarreal are one of the few Spanish teams that deliver, right? That they always deliver when they are in the Champions League or in the Europa League. Unfortunately, Sevilla are not the same, right? But Villarreal, as we saw the other time when they met Manchester United, right? They hold down Manchester United from the start of their game to the end, right? Which they got to the penalties and lifted the trophy home, right? But there's the tricky part of this game. I think Tottenham have the tools, right? They have the tools and equipment to dismantle Villarreal, right? But Villarreal will not allow Tottenham to walk past them, to just walk by them just like that, because we know who they are. They love to attack. It's unfortunate these clubs can't keep their star players like this player of theirs who went to Atletico Madrid last season, which is Alex Baena. But if they had that player, I am 90% sure they would have beaten Tottenham Hotspur, because we all know Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur will never. They are more of the Dortmund of the Premier League, right? They are on today, off tomorrow. On today, off tomorrow. But I'll edge this game to Tottenham, right? I'll give them a 60% to 70% chance of winning this game, just because they have that higher class players than Villarreal. Sorry, I'll give Tottenham a 2-1 win as well against Villarreal. And let's move on to the blockbuster itself. I think this is the toughest match in this first round. The game between Bayern Munich and Chelsea. As we all remember what happened way back in, I think, 2012, right, or 2013 or so, when Drogba got the last minute header in that finals to leave Chelsea their first ever Champions League. Right, I think from there is a beef to settle between these two guys. Bayern fans were not satisfied with that result. I think they will be going toe to toe with each other, right? But Bayern Munich are in super form right now, especially that front three of theirs. That's Olise, Luis Diaz, and Harry Kane. Chelsea are doing well though, but I think they are not on the same heat as Bayern are now. You know what Vincent Kompany is cooking. And on the other side, Chelsea, after the FIFA Club World Cup, Chelsea have not played to that level they played against PSG. Right? Maybe they won their tactical battle against PSG, fine. But their games against their last few games they've played, especially the game against Brentford, they were a bit shaky, but big game is big game. You don't know what happens in big game. I'll go both teams to score on this one, right? And I think Harry Kane will get a goal in this game, right? And I think Olise will get at least an assist, or maybe he will affect this game very much, right? And let's come to the other side of the game, right? That's the Chelsea part. Chelsea will try to do something like show that yes, they are the Chelsea we know. Like they are the world champions, but they are going to Allianz Arena, which is not scary as compared to Anfield, the likes of Anfield, the likes of Bernabeu, but I don't think Chelsea can get a win there. Chelsea's best will be draw there. That's my opinion. Chelsea's best will be draw there. A 3-1 win for Bayern Munich. And let's move on to the match between Liverpool and Atletico Madrid. You see, these games, I think this game won't be a top level game. Like it won't be that much entertaining game that you will be wanting to see. Like both of these teams have bought the players they like. At least I think almost both of them got their first choice players they wanted to sign, right? But things have not really kicked well for them in this start of the season, right? Liverpool has not yet lost a game when the league started, but when you watch Liverpool play, they are not playing as the former champions. Like they are just getting the results, yes, but they are not creating enough chances. They are not really dominating their games, the same as Atletico Madrid, right? I think Atletico Madrid did well in their last match, winning against Villarreal. But watching Atletico Madrid play, they are the team that I think they are creating their chances a lot. They are creating chances a lot when you watch their few games that they've played. They are playing really well, but I think it's just luck that isn't at their side, right? But they managed to beat Villarreal, which I think are one of the best teams in La Liga right now. Not up to the level of Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, though, but they are a decent team in La Liga right now. I think if this game ends in a draw, it won't be that much a surprising thing to me. I think Mohamed Salah will turn up as well. Right, Mohamed Salah will turn up in this game, at least getting a goal. And both of them have two really good goalkeepers in Oblak and Alisson, the Brazilian international. Right, so I'll be giving my prediction will be a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Right, and let's go to the Oga Kwata. And this game that I'm about to talk about, I think this game is low-key one of the best fixtures, if not the best, in this first round, behind the game against Chelsea and Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. This is the match between Barcelona and Newcastle at the St. James's Park. We all know what happens at the St. James's Park, right? Like when Liverpool went there to pick a win this season, but if you watch the match, you know how Liverpool suffered in that game. Right? At St. James's Park, no matter the kind of team you are, you can't just come there, pick a win just like that, like pick a comfy win. And if we don't know if Yamal will be fit enough to play that game, but if Yamal will be fit enough to play that game, I'm assuring you 100% that Barcelona are going to take a win there. You see, Hans Flick has given that Barcelona team some fearless mindset, right? They don't care about which stadium are we going to play in. They don't care about the opponents. They just go there, just go to pick a win, no matter the kind of team you are. We saw that last season many times, game after game after game. We saw that from Hansi Flick's players. Right, even last season against Bayern, we saw how they dismantled Real Madrid in that 4 games they played, or I think 4 games they played. And even the game against Inter, that game against Inter where Inter Milan knocked them out. Inter Milan didn't had it easy. They didn't get it easy. Even that games, even that 2 games against Inter Milan, Inter Milan suffered a lot. Even that games against Inter Milan struggled very much. They suffered a lot just to get past Barcelona. The factor of that, the presence of that St. James's Park, right, and the kind of atmosphere the Newcastle fans will be giving to Barcelona. I don't think the Barcelona players fear that. Their mindset is above that thing, because how they went to Bernabeu last season, went there, had a shaky first half, and on this in the second half they bagged 4 goals. They scored 4 goals against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. It isn't an easy thing to achieve, right? But on the other side, Newcastle as well. Newcastle will give a fight because it's their home ground. Right? Newcastle will give a fight, and they have some decent players, some good players in their setup. And I think Newcastle lacked striker when Alexander Isak was not part of their squad and went out to Liverpool. They lacked that finishing product. But I think I won't judge him I won't judge him based off his first game. But I think he was okay in his first game. That's Nick Voltemada. Right. So I give, if Yamal plays, right, the factor is if Yamal plays, Barcelona will win a 3-1. I think a 3-1 win. Barcelona will get a 3-1 win, or at least I think a 4-1 win, which is a bold statement I'm making. But if there is no Yamal, I think a draw will be okay for Barcelona. Right? Even their fans will be okay with it because there is no Lamine Yamal. Right? So let's call it a day. Let's see what happens in the game. And I'll be putting my picks on the right side of the, and I'll be putting my picks on the left side of the screen of all the teams that will be playing this first round, right? I'll be putting my picks there for the I'll be putting my picks there for the tipsters, right? And I think I'll be ending it here. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.